What? No. Well, I don't care, because we're not paying for it, and we were very clear about that. Wait, you got upgraded? You got upgraded? And he agreed to pay for it?
Poor bid.
Doesn't have duration or expertise, and he's not like Paul or Jeb who can do this with ease. And now it's apparently too late to abort, so it's apparently a trip report.
All three, hold on, we're gonna board the bus and then we'll talk about this.
Whoa, we've got an Arctic on Smart.
Well, for initial context, so I'm with we're taking the Wolverine in 2 parts. Tonight we're doing Pontiac to Detroit, just a little tail bit.
And then we're doing Detroit to Chicago in 2 days. And the reason we booked it as a group is because Amtrak has their group fares. So because of that, it was my reservation. I got the email for the Amtrak bid upgrade. And I jokingly send a message saying, ha ha ha, do you want to
Poor bid.
this? And he's like, yes. I'm like, just to be clear, we're not going to participate in this folly of spending a ridiculous sum of money.
Well, $8 per passenger.
For context though, we're spending $61.50 to get from Pontiac to Detroit.
For 3 people.
For 3 people, even though the $6 we've already spent on this bus out will still be valid for the return bus if we wanted to take it back. So it is 10 times the cost. Is it 10 times the experience? Wait and find out.
This also means it'll be a better trip report because we'll get to see both business class and coach on the Wolverine, because we'll do coach from Detroit to Chicago. Hey guys, how about we go off to Pontiac that way? We'll be back at that Amtrak station later on in the video, and here's where the Q Line streetcar ends, which is a video that probably should have come out already by this point. So it turns out this is one of those enclaves that's just totally surrounded by Detroit called Highland Park. There's a lot of urban archaeology along here. And we're back in Detroit. These traffic lights are a little tangled. We're doing a deviation to the State Fair Transportation Center, I guess you would call it. That down there is 8 Mile. We're now out of Detroit for the final time. Is that a vintage light also?
Maybe.
But this sign demonstrates, as said, a Michigan left. We're finally in Pontiac. Thank you. First of all, when you pay $2 for that bus, you definitely get your money's worth, and that it takes freaking forever to get up here on just a suburban road that's nothing but
I thought it was
sprawl.
nice to go down Woodward.
Really? You enjoyed that? I mean, it was definitely interesting at the beginning, and then it just became sprawl.
But it was like the signs. It's an all-American road.
Second of all, what the heck is this? It's Pontiac, Michigan, apparently. Huh. History. Oakland Townie Center. Or sorry, no, Townie Center. It's an amazing building. A lot of these Michigan cities really seem like they used to be a lot more of a big deal than they are now. But this place has a brewery. That seems kind of poppin'. We've done our lap of downtown. We're back at the Phoenix Center. We have a locomotive, but no coaches. So maybe we've
Poor bid.
it up to a cab ride.
I had my head with me.
Okay, good. What a great location for the Amtrak station. Across from downtown on this 4-lane, one-way road. That's awesome. Well, no idea where the train is, but here's the station.
When does it leave? 11 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my f***ing God.
What?
I think those are the new cars. The Venture.
Yeah, they are. But we did a
Poor bid.
so
We're gonna sit in the normal car.
well, we could sit in coach. We don't have to sit in
God.
business. This is a nice building. Lots of seats.
Now it's time for a bathroom review.
I like the presence of both a toilet and a urinal. The train's supposed to leave in 2 minutes, and it's still over there.
That's a suggestion.
Train was supposed to leave 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. Yep.
It would be.
You guys traveling today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having some staffing issues right now. We're working on an engineer for us, so we
Okay.
don't have an engineer.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Fun.
A little bit of a delay here.
We're gonna look so stupid when they see that we've waited an hour to get our business class tickets to Detroit when we could have just like gotten the bus that runs like hourly anyway. He's brought out the Monopoly deal.
out of emergency entertainment.
Our agents are specialized, so tell me what you need help with.
Train status.
Okay, train status. Let's get started. Do you already know the train number?
Yes.
Train 355 was originally scheduled to depart from Pontiac, Michigan at 5:28 p.m.
Yeah, we know.
It is now estimated to depart at 6:30 p.m. To hear that again, say repeat that. Otherwise, say start over. Or if you're done, say goodbye.
I'd like to speak to an agent. I'd like to point out the fact that as of now, we should have arrived in Detroit 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, we'll be here.
So there goes the 462. The next one's in 65 minutes.
I think that's the same set we took.
Same bus. Will that bus beat us? I guess we'll find out.
Over here is very hungry, so I'm gonna provide him with a snack.
Oh.
Aren't I nice? A nosh of my people.
Oh, thank you. This is kosher?
For Passover.
It's just two blurs putting things into the blur. I'm increasingly grateful that we did the
Poor bed.
because now we'll get free water / non-alcoholic beverage on the train. I'm parched.
You could have just asked for the emergency water.
Well, okay. You can barely tell what song it is. No worries of getting demonetized for that one.
The train is now anticipated to depart around 7 p.m. Is that our real 7 p.m. does it sound like? Or all right, well, I know that there's only a limit to the knowledge you have. I do appreciate you getting the information for us.
Just heard some honks.
The Clarman's just working on the set.
Oh, really?
Blue flag up.
Oh, well, okay. Thanks for being a killjoy.
That's all I live to serve.
This is the worst place to get stuck. We have these abandoned office buildings, this horrible, horrible highway, and that's it. All right, we just heard from Buggy Boy that the engineer is here. There goes the crew onto the set. So we're making progress. That's such a cute shunty horn.
Business or coach?
Business with my Amtrak extra car.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, they got that working finally. Oh, this is really nice. We're off at 7:13, which is however late it is.
Troy.
The two armrests are kind of comfy.
Yeah.
The fact that this is all in reclines, it is as annoying as when I was on Brightline. The tray table's a decent size, although it doesn't have the little tray table like Brightline has, which is good, like a little cell phone holder. The outlets, I like that they're between the seat.
Yeah, they're a good spot.
This is nice for a standard passenger coach.
Yes, except you've just annoyed me,
Right.
Mr. Stranger. These head things I've decided are really annoying. These are so prominent that they just, I don't know, they're uncomfortable.
This is the reclined position. I thought that it was not reclined. This is the reclined position.
It's so bad.
This is not really that comfortable. And I've only been sitting in it for a couple minutes.
I mean, like, the other amenities on these cars are great, as I've said before. It's just the seat is really the weak link. Hey, you want me to go in the bathroom and then we can see what the vacant thing looks like? Sure. Okay.
Now it's time for a bathroom review.
Woo. Oh, wow, it doesn't even, like, close all the way.
Now it says in use is amber.
Yeah, I mean, the bathroom's nice. It doesn't smell either, which is good.
Please watch the gap between the train and station platform. Exiting the train, watch your step. Use handrails when passing between cars. And use caution in the vestibules while the train is in motion.
Something is concerning me a little bit. Are we gonna get a lecture? Oh my god. I guess no one got on in Troy.
At this time, the conductor will be coming through to inspect and scan your e-tickets. Please have them ready together with your identification to expedite the process.
So the impression I'm getting is that at every stop we're gonna get a huge lecture peddling somewhat fake things like needing to have an ID, which is BS. And then they're going to list every single subsequent stop the train makes every single time. That's so annoying.
It's time to check around your seat and gather your personal possessions before exiting the train.
This Royal Oak stop is well integrated with the bus station, it looks like. Also, that screen just turned off.
Next stop, Detroit.
Wait, they play in here too?
Trainline audio.
Whoa! This is really nice. I will point out that Amfleet 2 coach is better than this, but for like a shorter trip that's not going to be using Amfleet 2s, this is where it's at.
Would it be worth the extra $8 for a 40-minute ride?
No. Especially since we've barely used it. But the problem is that Venture Business Class will be those same seats, just in a 2x1 configuration. So this is not going to be the business class forever. We're definitely in Detroit now. It's really sad. Some of these houses are really ornate. And there's just kind of nothing. Meanwhile, trying to get us our free drinks. Thank you. Now this is worth $8. You ever notice on the map how the Detroit to Pontiac section of this route feels kind of tacked on? That's because it used to be a separate commuter rail line that ran from, I want to say 1975 to 1984 or something like that, and then it died. It was from Detroit to Pontiac. It really probably should be a commuter rail.
It's really pathetic that the Amfleet ones that have been in service for years are significantly nicer than the brand new coaches that they're probably going to keep in service as long
We are now arriving at Detroit.
There we go. That's the end of the ride.
For your safety,
And-
be aware of open stairwells in the vestibules at the ends of each car.
The Via trains.
Watch your step. Use handrails when passing between cars. And use caution in the vestibules while the train is in motion.
Oh, look at the vehicle base.
Thank you for riding Amtrak Midwest.
Now we're curving to get onto this crossy cross, which will bring us west into Detroit Station. Man, it really puts into perspective how far this station is from downtown when you see it from here.
We are now boarding.
Okay, we got seats, we got baggage, we got some nice transit maps, we got some really cool FOMA brochures, we got a quick track machine, Chicago area map, more FOMA brochures, a newsletter which is really cool, ticket office, and yeah, it's tired but it's functional.
Now it's time for a bathroom review.
And this is a bathroom. And with that, we'll now go to Detroit to Chicago. Good morning. Welcome back to Detroit Amtrak with a really good pedestrian approach. We're boarding. In one big clump. Oh, now we just wait here. Oh, Venture. This is such a great view. Horizon. All right, let's try to get that.
Down to Chicago, gonna go up the stairs and to the left.
Can we go to the right?
To the left.
Any chance we could go to the right?
To the left.
So we'll take this.
Okay, so this is basically Amfleet 1 seats, but in a way more dated car. I see why people don't like these, but the seats are good.
Yep, alright, really good. So we're gonna try and figure out when.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, we're now arriving at Dearborn Station. Now arriving at Dearborn. If Dearborn is your stop, take this time now to gather your items and prepare to exit the train. Not all doors are open. On the exit where you see uniformed members of the crew. Now arriving at Dearborn.
Okay, so we're going by Dearborn Village, which is part of the Henry Ford Museum. What did I say? Dearborn Village. $48 combo pass between the museum and the village. Genuinely worth every penny. One of the greatest museums that I think either of us have ever been to. If you can only do one, do the village, but like each of them is a day.
We got there at 10 and stayed until like a little after close at 5:15, and we rushed through and
Yeah.
we did not see everything.
Unfortunately, it's like a 20-minute walk from the Amtrak station, which we did in the rain, but you can also take the bus down, which is probably a little easier. Oh, I picked a good time to start filming. There's a river right here. We're still kind of in the Detroit suburban sprawl. Right now the scenery is basically like woods and farmland with the occasional factory. It's pretty much built up between Detroit and Ann Arbor all the way. And they're talking about putting a commuter rail along here, which I think would be really good for those cities. Coming into Ann Arbor, which is packed. I think they've had like 60 people getting on around there. At the beginning of this video, you saw us in short sleeve shirts because it was like 80 degrees.
I burned, apparently.
And now 2 days later, it's snowing. That's a bridge, the Foster Bridge, that's marked as an attraction on Google Maps, which always tells you it's a cool bridge.
Wow, it's just a scenic train from London.
I want to go get some breakfast. Have fun.
Menu shot, menu shot. Right now you're looking at the menu shot.
Okay, I might have overindulged a little bit, but they got rid of the bagel on the Northeast Cafe menu and the Long Distance Cafe menu, but it's still on the Midwest Cafe menu. They have the same weird, like, squishy quality they used to have, and the same awful, awful cream cheese thing that I'm gonna struggle with. Now here's my strategy. I just kind of clop it on.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know why I even like these. It's just nice to have a bagel, I guess. It's hard with this little box. Would this
Be
be
sure to put in the comments what you think of Miles's cream cheese spreading technique.
Would this be Miles in Transit if I wasn't making a fool of myself? As long as you're filming, might as well. That's the Amtrak bagel, alright. We are in Jackson, Michigan.
This is a station.
Oh yeah, that actually looks nice. Also, there's a lot of people here. I like how when the train stops here, it completely destroys downtown traffic. It turns out it's not just one street, it's a whole intersection. You can't really get a good shot of it from across the train, but Jackson has like an actual skyline. It's really, I feel like Michigan's like the Connecticut of the Midwest, where every city just was once incredible and has just been disinvested. It's kind of sad.
Now it's time for a bathroom review.
Woo! Okay. This is pretty disturbing. Thank goodness. We're on the one Chicago-bound train a day that stops in Albion, Michigan, which is the least used Amtrak station in Michigan, but you don't get to see it because I'm going to come back here later and actually film it. Okay, one peek. So we're coming into Battle Creek, and that right there is the Amtrak line from Port Huron, which is another city in Michigan.
The Blue Water.
That definitely was a train station. That is beautiful. And in Battle Creek, the crew changes. So I think everyone is replaced, right? Besides the cafe attendant.
Right.
So it turns out that Battle Creek is a smoke stop, which is a privilege I didn't know we'd get. So we get some fresh air and we get to experience the snow. Not many people boarding here. Maybe they're doing a weird lineup thing. Also, Battle Creek has like 3 buildings, which, I mean, it's quite impressive for like a pretty small city. This is also an interesting platform because you can tell there used to be another track here and then they just had to extend this once they got rid of the second track. Heading out from Battle Creek, that was wonderful to have a smoke stop. Apparently it's not like official, it's more of a courtesy smoke stop, but that was really nice of them to announce it and let us spend a couple minutes on the platform. This is pretty impressive, 110 miles an hour. We're coming into Kalamazoo, whose skyline can sort of be seen over there. It's a pretty nice station building, with lots of people getting on.
Next stop, Troy. While not required, masks are welcome,
Well, I
and
guess they turned the
anyone
announcements
needing or
on,
choosing
and
to
they're
wear
wrong.
one is encouraged to do so.
I'll tell you what the real next stop is once they're done, which will be 20
At this
minutes from
time,
now.
the conductor will be coming. This train stops at Troy,
Thank God.
Royal Oak, Detroit.
Well, anyway, the snowy woods are pretty.
Dearborn.
So we've left Kalamazoo. This is the only Wolverine train, both in and out of the entire day, that runs express nonstop from Kalamazoo to Chicago. It's going to be like a little over 2 hours. So it's not open, but we have a Venture business class car in our train. So you can see that, I think the seats are a little wider. It's like a 2x1 configuration further back. I'm gonna be honest, the seats still don't look all that comfortable, but yeah, so that's what business class will look like. You will be able to do a
Poor bed.
and get that. This is higher speed rail through the countryside, 110 miles an hour. This is Dowagiac. I'm gonna get so many comments about that.
Obviously pronounced Dowagiac.
Oh, so there is a station there, but we are obviously the Express, and we really went through there at high speed. Oh, this is the part where we get kind of a lake view. This is New Buffalo. And, well, I think that's the extent of the lake view we're gonna get. We're passing through Michigan City, Indiana, which is a weird thing to say. That means that we're in Indiana, which means that we're now in Central Time. So it's 9:15 or something. That's the South Shore Line, which is the electric train that goes to Chicago from South Bend. We're now in the Nightmare Industry part of Indiana, which basically lasts all the way to Chicago.
I would just like to say, for this evening in this location, the Phillies are playing the White Sox tonight.
Please take this time settings, then accept and connect.
She just said we've arrived at Pontiac, then she said next stop Chicago, and now she's doing the whole spiel that she does.
This train stops at Chicago.
Okay. Chicago, 12 minutes early. Me, 12 seconds early. Here for the post-mortem. First of all, scenery, C tier. I mean, it's okay. It's like farms and some interesting cities and towns and whatnot, but like the overall service, though, I think is a little more complicated and interesting. I mean, it's 3 trains a day, which is pretty good for Amtrak, and that sounds so awful to say, but like, it's not bad. It really should be better, but it's not bad. The 110-mile-an-hour operation is really cool. It's like an hour slower than driving. That being said, there's several towns that the train goes through that are quite sizable that just don't get stops. I mean, I feel like this train works really well as like an express something or other, but there should be like a regional train in Michigan that serves some of these smaller towns that really should have service, including like Albion, which only gets 1 train a day on the Wolverine. Like if you had a regional train, the Wolverine could just skip Albion and the regional train could stop there instead. But to that note, the Wolverine isn't frequent enough to justify express trips. The fact that the one we took just like randomly runs express from Kalamazoo to Chicago, like I just think with a service this infrequent, you should just have every train make every stop. Like there's no reason to have like variants. But still, 3 trains a day, 110 miles an hour. I guess it's A tier, and it's kind of sad to say that because 3 trains a day isn't that great, but welcome to America.
Where'd we arrive?
I have no idea.
Couldn't tell you.